folks, and welcome back to the channel for another video on Sunday. I know, right, 2 videos on a Sunday. It just seems there's a lot going on and I am on standby monitoring things. There's a lot going on in the background. There's a lot of dark tactics being utilized. And amongst these dark tactics, anything can happen. When they do upgrades, they consistently break things. And I think it's kind of intentional when they do these things. So they've got things to fix in the future. They can charge us more money. They can play the dirty tactics. This is all what happens when you have non-KYC paid positions. It's not feasible from a business aspect anymore. So as I was saying, with upgrades, it creates exploits. Now, something that I've probably, my inbox is like a chat room. If you've ever been in a really busy chat room, you type a comment and it's gone. That's my inbox the majority of the time. And when something like this happens, for example, you see a load of USTC being thrown into the supply and a big green candle coming up as if to say, what is going on? What's going on, Jay? My inbox does start to move like a torrential downpour at that point. There's a lot of people who are saying to me, Jay, can you explain what is going on with the USTC supply and as to why there are coins being minted? So we will get onto that in a second. But like I was saying, exploits do happen with this. Previously, there was an exploit created between KRTC and USTC and LUNC. It was like a trading pair that was opened and someone was taking liquidity out of the blockchain for more or less a arbitrage opportunity created by themselves with mass amounts of money. So these exploits do appear and we do need to ensure we're monitoring things at all times, period. So I'm going to break this down for everyone so they can understand it as best as they can. On our blockchain, there's not just LUNC, USTC, there's also multiple stable native assets. And these native assets are the ones that you get distributed from your commission. We're looking at the commission payout section, and as we can see, we've got this SRDRC, we've got EUTC, UMNTC. These are all native stable assets, and within all of these native stable assets is actually around 1 billion, I think, USTC in total. So as people, for example, withdraw their commission and they realize they've got all of these stables, a lot of them are swapping them out for USTC or LUNC. What we're seeing here on the supply is that exact thing. This is people swapping out those stables for USTC. So what I believe, and I've spoken about this many times before, and I'm surprised the quant team did not address this first off of the bat, and that is to remove all of these stable assets. What do we do with them? Burn them. And the reason why I say this is just burn what we have. This doesn't mean burn everything that's in people's wallets, everything that they're holding, just burn it. Whatever is available in these swapping pools to create these opportunities to possibly bring risks forward, to introduce more USTC to the supply and remove it, then add it back, remove it, then add it back. Just get rid of them. They're useless at this point. Anything that then flows in the future, it should have an auto burn mechanism on it. So if anybody does do a swap, boom, it gives them the USTC and then it burns those coins and then it's done. And then this way, right, you're not trying to burn from people's wallets. You're not trying to burn in contract. You build a mechanism, you put it in place, and you allow that mechanism to take process. It's kind of like a recall situation, like for cars. If they do a recall, they don't go out to every single person who owned one of those cars' houses of a specific model and pick that vehicle up and bring it back. It's down to the owner to bring the vehicle back for recall. And we should look to our blockchain as a business and take things from a business aspect. Let's do this in a very non-emotional way. Let's do it in a very less intrusive manner, and let's do it strategically and carefully and by what we deem as DeFi's rules and regulations. Because like I said, burning these coins in people's wallets is not okay, but burning what we have in our, for example, the community pool, the supply pools that belong to the blockchain that are available for burning, just burn them, get rid of them. Remove the liquidity entirely. So as to which you're probably going to see this keep happening. My worry at the moment is someone has just tested a possible exploit, because there's no reason for anybody to do this. If we put this onto the weeks, as you can see, This rarely ever happens. The supply is always going down, and then all of a sudden we've got a huge movement upwards, and the change is pretty substantial. As you can see, it's pretty substantial. This is StakeBin, by the way. I will leave a link to this in the description for people who are wondering what this is. But this really is just why the supply is going up. It's not that USTC is being minted, because it's not. It's already there. It's in these pools. What you're seeing is it actually becoming part of the total supply again. So, like I said, what can we do? And honestly, I think the best route is just to get rid of them and do it in that real smart and effective manner, where you just build a mechanism, you implement it, and you let it work itself. It's similar to the burn tax. We built the mechanism, but we never brought anyone to utilize the blockchain to make the mechanism take effect. It's one of those ones where you've got to introduce something, you've got to try help it work. So for example, right, we could create like one-time swapping opportunities, which gives them, I don't know, like a 1-to-2 split ratio, where if they give one native stable coin asset, they get 2 of, I don't know, LUNC coins in return. Something silly like that. It would literally come down something silly like that to start getting that all back, get anything that's been distributed out, just get it back. And you could do it in a manner which creates liquidity loops, liquidity cycles. And I think that's something that's very underestimated on this blockchain, is the power of getting coins into a situation where they're moving all of the time. This is something that LUNCpenguins does really well. It consistently has transaction. It consistently is paying out rewards. Those people who get those rewards are withdrawing them. They're then moving them. They're doing stuff with them. We're always creating more and more liquidity loops from our project, instead of it just being a one-time liquidity feed and then it's done forever. That's not how blockchain technology works. We need use, we need utilization, we need use case. And with use case comes liquidity cycles. Something to take point of is liquidity cycles. This is something the blockchain needs more than anything right now, aside needing devs that actually respect the community and validators that are here upholding the blockchain. Insane. I hope that breaks that down. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.